Okay, we are on Objective 6 on the top of page 147, and Activity 1.22 is creating a bulleted list. So I want to go to the upper portion of page 1, so I'm going to do Control Home to get to the top of page 1, and locate the paragraph Short Feature Films, and that would be this one right here. And point to it and select this and the next 5 paragraphs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to make this into a bulleted list. This is on the Home tab. And this is my bulleted list option right here. And so just click on that. I'm not going to do the down arrow yet. Click on that, and now I've got a bulleted list. And on the ruler, point to the first line indent marker, which is this one, and read the screen tip, and it says first line indent. And then point to the hanging indent marker, which is it's this marker right here. And a hanging indent is simply when the first line indent is to the left of the other stuff that's in the paragraph, and that's what you get with bullets. It says you can modify the indentation by doing an increase here or a decrease. Oops, and I went too far. There we go. So that's what it should look like. And we want to scroll down a little bit, and we want to select the 5 internship positions, which are these right here. And we want to apply bullets to that list as well. Scroll down to page 2 and apply bullets to all the paragraphs to indicate the September meetings and meeting dates, which would be these, these lines right here. And I want to apply bullets to those. And that's the end of that activity, so we're going to do a save. And now we're on page 148. Under the subheading requirements, in the paragraph that begins the exact requirements, let's see if that's right here. Okay. In this paragraph, click at the end of the paragraph following the colon. So right there, and press enter to create a blank paragraph. And to change the indent formatting for this paragraph, go to the ruler and drag the first indent line so that's directly above the lower button. So we want this to be right there. So they're both lined up. And be sure to include the period, type 1 period. So 1 period and then space. And look what happens here. It automatically starts doing a numbered list for us, which means it'll do the rest of the numbers. There's a little lightning bolt here that gives you some options. This is called an autocorrect feature, and it comes in kind of handy on things like this. You can have it undo that if you didn't really want it to do that, and you can also tell it to quit doing this period, but we're going to leave it turned on. I think you'll want to leave it turned on most of the time in your copy of Word as well. Okay, so we looked at that and did not select anything, and we want to type in some text here. So be enrolled in an credited film. Press enter and you see the 2 comes up. Be available during the entire production schedule, and number 3 is okay. And that is the end of that activity, so let's do a save. And now we're on activity 1.24, customizing the bullets. Do Control End to move to the end of the document. So that takes us way down here to just inside the last paragraph mark. And point to the left of the first list item to display. Let me see. Select all 6 meetings. Okay, so I need to scroll up a little bit here. And so I want all 6 of these. And on the mini toolbar, I want to click on the down arrow for bullets, and that'll display the bullet library right here. And this is where you can change the bullet symbol. And if we go to the top of page 150, we're going to do the check mark. And it says if it's not available, choose another one. It is available on mine, so we're going to do check marks there. And with the bulleted list still selected, right click, and then on the mini toolbar, do the format painter. So my format painter is right here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to page 1, and I'm going to take that bulleted list, and I'm going to do that with all of the bulleted lists that I've got right now. So this one, and I lost my format painter, so I'm going to go here and do it, and do that. And that's because I didn't double click on the format painter like I should have. Okay, and we're going to save that. And now we're on objective 7, set and modify tab stops. And this is page 150, the bottom of page 150, activity 1.25. And I want to scroll down to page 2. And using the arrow pointer in the left margin, select all of the items in the bulleted list of meetings and dates. So that would be selecting all of these here. Whoops, missed. Okay. And there's a tab mark. That little arrow there is a tab character, and this is a reason why you want to keep this pushed in, because that shows you where you hit the tab key. Actually, you didn't hit it. It was put in as part of making a bulleted list. And to the left of the ruler, point to the tab alignment, which is this little button right here, which doesn't even look like anything, but that little L there looks like it looks like an L, and it is the left tab character. And if I click this, it goes to a center tab, and then a right tab, and then a decimal tab, and then a couple of other things here that we don't care about. And then it cycles back to the left tab again. And along the lower edge of the horizontal ruler, point to and click at 3.5 inches on the horizontal ruler. So 3.5 inches is right here. And my first tab stop is going to be right here. That's this stuff. But I've got a tab here between the meeting description and the date. And I'm going to set the tab stop for that by clicking right there. And now everything over there is lined up because I hit the tab key, and it takes it to the next tab stop, which is 3.5 inches. Okay, and our document should look like the bottom of page 151, and it does. And we can save that again so we don't lose any work. And now we're on the top of page 152. And this is modifying tab stops. And so with the bulleted list still selected on the ruler, point to the new tab marker 3.5 inches, and drag the marker to 4 inches. So all you need to do to change the tab position is move the tab stop right here. And notice how as I move it, the text below it moves along with me. And if I move that to the 4-inch mark here, that's probably not where we're going to end up, because I've got labs sticking over down here, which really doesn't look very good. On the ruler, point to the tab marker you move to display the left tab screen tip, and then double click to display the tab's dialog box. So if I double click, I get the that's the wrong one. Let me try that again. And that's still not coming up. And so what we're going to do instead here is we're going to go to the dialog box launcher, and we're going to click on tabs down here. And this is the dialog box that you get. And under tab position, it says if necessary, click the 4-inch tab, and you can see selected down here, and the one that you're actually modifying will appear on this list up here. This should give all of your tab stops, but in this case we've only got one. And it says select 4 inches and then type 6 instead. And it says under alignment, click the right option button. So this is the right option button. And that means we're going to get a right tab stop, which means everything will be aligned at the 6-inch mark, but it'll be aligned on the right side and everything will kind of back up to the left. So we'll get smooth margins on both the left and the right. And under leader, it says click option number 2. A leader is a character that will be displayed leading up to the text that's on this tab stop. And then we probably want to click on, it says click on set. And in the tabs dialog box, go to the 4-inch one, and we want to delete that. So just hit the delete key, or you can hit the clear button. Actually, I'm sorry, you have to hit the clear button. And now we're on number 6 on page 152. It says there is no longer a 4-inch mark, and we've got a dot leader, and I did not click on OK yet. There we go. So the right tab stop, if you click on this here, you'll see a little vertical line that shows you exactly where the end of everything is going to be. And that leader character gets inserted here on all of the text leading up to that. So that's kind of a handy feature. So now we're on number 7 at the top of page 153. In the bulleted list that uses dot leaders, locate the art meeting, which would be this one right here. And click to position the insertion point at the end of that line, and which is right here. And we want to hit enter, and we're going to put in a new one, video editing. Press tab, see it takes us all the way over to that right tab stop, and puts dots in. Then we're going to put in September 10th, 7 p.m. in the cafeteria. And notice everything kind of backs up, and we keep this nice smooth margin here on the right side, and we're going to save our document. And now we're on objective 8, inserting a smart art graphic. And we're going to do control home. Smart art's kind of cool. And we want to click to the right of the subtitle internship guide, which would be right here, and click the insert tab, and we want smart art in the illustrations group. And in the center, scroll down and examine the different types of charts that are available, and there's a whole bunch of them, and they're also categorized over here, so you can select what you want. On the left, click process, so we want process, and now that narrows down our list. See how much bigger the scroll bar is, so we've got a shorter list here. And we want basic chevron process, and you know, is that a chevron? There it is, there we go. So sometimes it takes a while to find what you want here, because the names don't show up until you pause the mouse over them, and I'm not sure what kind of order they're put in, but that's the basic chevron list. And click on OK. So we get something that looks like this, and click in the text box here, and we're going to type in apply online, and then we're going to click on the middle arrow here, and those are just placeholders. If you ever see something like that, you're supposed to replace it. And we want interview, and then over here we want train on the job. And notice how it adjusts the size of the text for you, so that's kind of a nice feature too. And now we're on activity 1.28 on page 154. I'm going to size and format it. Click the border here. Whoops, I missed. Click the border to select it, and the handles are around it when it's selected, so we've got it. And in the size group, we want the height and width. So on the format tab here, height and width are always over on the right side here. and we want the height to be 1.75. So just delete that and type 1.7.75. You don't need to put the quotation marks in there for the inch symbol, and the width is going to be 6.5, which is the width of the whole area between the margins, and you have to tab out of there or click out of there in order to get that to take effect. And with the Smart Art still selected, click the Smart Art Tools Design tab, which is this tab right here. And we wanted to go to change colors, and we get a bunch of choices here. And under colorful, it says click the fourth style, which is accent colors 4 to 5. Let's pause the mouse over that and see if it says that. Accent colors range 4 to 5. And click on it, and then we're going to save it. So we just change the colors. Inserting an online video. Control N, we're going to put a video at the end of this document, which obviously means it's probably not going to be printed. And on the Insert tab in the Media group. So let's go to Insert, and the Media group is right here. And so we want online video. And in the Search YouTube box, we want to look for Go 2013 1B video and hit enter when we're done. And are we really going to get that many hits? Yes, we are. And it looks like we want this one. And let me see. I think that's it. And click on Insert. And compare a screen with figure 1.51. Well, it doesn't look quite like that, but it does say Sturgeon Point Productions, so I'm pretty sure this is the right one. And point to the play button here, and point to the lower edge of the screen and click the play button. So we want to click on that. It says click one or more times until you see text on the screen. And point to the lower edge of the screen and click the play button. Let's try that again. Okay, it took a little while to come up, but now it should play. And if I click on this, got about a minute and a half of video here. We're not going to watch the whole thing. And
Hi, I'm Mira
working.
Velasquez, and I am the Human Resources Director
We're
for
going to pause
Sturgeon.
it, and then we're going to hit Escape. And it gets rid of it. And we're going to click on Save. And on number 7 here it says press Control Home to move to the top of your document. So now we're at the top. Click the File tab, and they have you put properties in here. I really don't think you're going to do that very often. We'll take a quick look at it here. And if I go to, let me see, properties, and I want to show all properties down here at the bottom. And you know, you can put in some keywords here in the subject box. So you can click next to subject here and you can put in some keywords. I don't think you're ever going to use that. The search feature that's built into Windows now lets you search the entire text of all of the documents on your hard drive in a pretty short period of time. So then they tell us to do a file and a print preview. And that's what our document's going to look like, and we can scroll through it and see what it looks like. And then we're not going to actually print here. And obviously if you put a video in there, it's not intended to be printed anyway. And we're going to save it one last time, And then that's the end of project 1B, and we're going to do File and